So let me ask you a question. How many of you drive a Tesla? Are you someone that, as soon as this brand new concept of electric vehicles came to market and Tesla is starting to sell, were you one of those people that had to be the first one to grab it? You wanted it before anyone else. Is that you? Or are you someone who saw a competitive advantage in owning a Tesla? It could save you money on gas. You might get a tax rebate. You might be able to have all these cool connectivity devices inside the car that would make you more productive. Was this you? Or are you someone like me who goes on a lot of road trips and just the concept of having an electric vehicle might scare me away a little bit? How am I going to charge the car through all of my travels? How long will charging the car take? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch my friends and family buy those cars first, see how they use it, hear their success stories, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll buy the car. Or are you someone that says, nope, too much money, not my thing, too much hassle for me, give me a Ford, give me a Chevy, call it a day? See, will you agree that there are certain segments that will adopt a new solution before others? And that was the case with Tesla. There were some individuals that wanted to buy it simply because it was the newest thing on the market. Some individuals wanted to buy it because it was a competitive advantage that was offered to them. Others needed to see social proof. They needed to see other individuals, other segments use it with success before they adopted it. And then we have this other category that says just nope, not my thing, ain't happening. Maybe if it's significantly cheaper, I'll think about it, ain't happening today. Here's the interesting thing. The same thing happens with your business. You see, right now, there are current customers in current segments that are more likely to do business with you today than other segments. There are some segments that want to be first movers and want to be the first individuals to actually launch onto your business. And then there are other segments who might need to see some social proof. They might need to see other individuals do business with you first with success before they jump on board. Now, the question I have for you, as far as your business goes, is wouldn't it be wise to know and identify what segments will do business with you today and what segments might do business with you maybe tomorrow or next week or next month? This way, you can focus on the clientele that's ready to buy from you now as you're building social proof for customers down the road. This is what we call a niche or a majority marketing strategy. And the question that we have is what strategy is best for you at this time? All right, so take a look at this. I want you to look at a couple of brands right here. Versace and Old Navy. What's the difference? They both sell jeans. They both sell clothes. Same exact thing, right? Probably not, all right? So when we look at Versace, Versace has, quote unquote, a higher quality product. It is high fashion. Versace stores are very limited and very hard to come by. You normally only see them in major metropolitan cities. And the price is astronomically expensive. Now let's look at Old Navy. More of a classic, generalized style. You can pretty much find an Old Navy in any suburb. And their prices significantly different. So in looking at these two, what could we say? Well, we could say that Versace is what we call a niche market. They are customized. They are specialized. They have a much smaller clientele, and because of their market tier, they can actually offer a premium. What can we say about Old Navy? Well, that's what we call a majority brand. They have a large customer base. They have locations all over the place. And more importantly is they have a price point that can attract a large masses of individuals. All right? So here's something for you to understand. Your resources are limited. So what you need to ask yourself is it better for you to focus on specialized, specific small groups of individuals? Or do you have the resources to offer a more generic solution? And you have the funds to reach a larger audience of individuals, and you want to target the masses. So let's look at these strategies a little bit more in detail. So for a niche strategy, what you're doing is you're targeting a small group of people. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that these are people that you know better than anyone else. You will normally have customized solutions. Because you're only dealing with a small group of people, you can specialize your offerings and your services and your products to the specific needs of that small group. The other thing you want to do is you want to offer a competitive advantage. You want to be able to find solutions and packages and products that offer an advantage that no one else has. Now, I often find that a lot of my clients overcomplicate this element of competitive advantage. So what exactly is a competitive advantage? Well, a competitive advantage could be an iPhone that has a superior camera or video capability. That could be a competitive advantage. A competitive advantage could be an athlete trainer who has a specific routine that helps minimize injury on the field. That's a competitive advantage. But here's another competitive advantage. It could be your local convenience store. And their advantage is individuals don't want to have to drive to a bigger store. They might just need milk or bread or something small on the way home from work. And because of the convenience, that's a competitive advantage. Amazon offers a competitive advantage with their delivery system if you have Amazon Prime. So pretty much what a competitive advantage is, it's what is something unique and different that your target audience values that not everyone can provide. One of the other things about niche markets is you normally want to go niche if you have a smaller budget. Now think about this for a second. Remember, when we have a niche market, we're targeting smaller groups, specialized groups. So if we have a small advertising budget and we don't have a lot of money to spend, it's much more cost efficient for me to focus on a small group of people than me having to pay to flood the airwaves. A niche campaign is also good if you're a new business. And here's why. Because you need to solidify your base first. You need to develop a customized base of consumers before you can grow your business. You need a solidified base with generation of income coming in that you can actually service and funnel out. All right. So out of these things that you see here on the screen, does this match your business? Or are you a majority strategy? So a majority strategy is someone who wants to broad appeal. Think of your local grocery store or Old Navy or Walmart. They have a broad appeal. They appeal to a large audience of individuals. Is that you? Does your product or service apply to the masses? Now, this normally means that if you go after the majority, you're going to have more generalized solutions as opposed to customized solutions. Now, why do I say that? Well, think about this. If you're only targeting a small group of individuals or one group of individuals, it's pretty easy for you to satisfy that group. But now let's say you're trying to target 100 groups of individuals and you're going after 100 different segments. Well, you can't be everything to everyone. We already talked about that. So what you need to do is you need to find a more generalized solution that has commonalities between all these different segments. So in a niche market, you can be more specialized. In a majority market, yes, you got to have a larger group of people, but you want more generalized products that appeal to a larger audience, right? Normally, if you're going to the majority, you have a larger budget. You need mass advertising, you need mass spending to get to a large audience. So you need money to do that. Also, you need to have a customer base. Normally, when individuals go the direction of a majority, they've already been in business, they've already solidified a niche market. Now they have the resources, they have the customer base, they have the word of mouth, and that allows them to expand to other markets. So why is this important? A couple of different reasons. And I want you to really pay attention to this. You see, a niche market They're going to do business with you because you're the newest thing on the block that no one else has, or because you have a competitive advantage. So now think about this. If you go into the majority, are you now the newest thing that no one else has? No. Now everyone has you. So that lure that you had to that niche market who wants something new is now evaporated because everyone has you. That person that wanted a competitive advantage, they want that advantage that no one else has. But now, if everyone has it, does that competitive advantage still exist? No, because exactly that. Everyone has it. Think about a Rolex. Why do people buy a Rolex for $10,000? Is it to tell time? No, absolutely not. They buy it because no one else has it. Because you have to have a certain stature and certain income level in order to afford it. That's why they buy it. Now, what if Rolex started selling a $50 model at Walmart? Would that core still want to buy that Rolex? No, because the competitive advantage, this symbol of status and luxury that it had, is now evaporated because everyone else has it and Walmart is selling it for $50. So you can see how these two conflict each other. Now, there are ways, Apple has been able to do this, Amazon has been able to do this. There are ways for you to satisfy a niche as well as a mainstream market. That is possible. That is a completely different strategy, and that's a separate video that we'll be producing later on. But especially for local small businesses, I want you to think, what type of strategy do I want? Am I going to cater to a small group of people but give them more customized solutions? Or am I going after the masses and giving them a more generalized solution? All right. So you remember in a previous video, we talked about defining your segments. Why are people doing business with you? Who exactly are these different segments and how they connect with each other? So once you have filled out this chart and you have a list of all your different segments, and you've also defined what market tier you're in. Are you a premium product? Are you a mainstream product? Are you an economic product, right? Now what you want to do is start to ask yourself, okay, where do my segments fit in this scale between the niche and the majority? So the first question you want to ask yourself is, what segments will do business because I'm new, or what segments will do business because it's you? Let me give you an example. If you are a new restaurant that opens up in town, there are groups of foodies that their main thing is whenever a new restaurant opens up, they are the first ones there. They want to go to the pre-launch parties. They want to be the first ones that takes their pictures there. They want to load social media with them being there. I actually have a couple of friends in such a group. And I know when a new restaurant opens up because they are the first to tell me and they're the first to send me pictures of this establishment. They're my insiders, so to speak, right? So think of your industry. We have people who want to have the newest thing in electronics industry. We have it in sports performance industry. We have entrepreneurs who want the newest business model or the newest business strategy. We have people with cars who are always looking for the new thing. Also think about this. Who would do business because it's you? What segments are your friends and family? What segments are groups that you are personally associated with? What segments do you personally have connections with that will do business with you simply because they like you? This also includes brand loyalists. Think about this. iPhones come out every single year. There are individuals that are so loyal to Apple that whenever a new iPhone comes out, they always get it. There are people that actually lease a car and get the new model of that car every single year. There are people very loyal to fashion brands that are constantly shopping that store every month, right? So when we're talking about new or you, what you want to do is identify who are those individuals, who are those segments in your industry that are always looking for the newest thing. Who are those segments that would do business because it's you, because you're connected with them, or what segments are loyal to you and your brand? That group, those segments are the easiest segments for you to attract. That's what we call the path to least resistance. So what you should do is you should focus all of your resources on those segments first. Get them in your pipeline, get business going, get income coming in. For individuals who do outside sales, you always hear people talk to in your training session, start with your warm market. That's pretty much what this is saying, all right? Now next, what groups of individuals are actively looking for a competitive advantage? What individuals, now here's how you want to think about this. What individuals are the most passionate about the goals they want to achieve? What individuals are facing the most amount of pain with the problems they are currently experiencing, right? If your solution can help an individual achieve their goals or alleviate their problems and their pains, this is what we can call a competitive advantage. Do you also offer something that's so unique that no one else has it? So now what you want to do is you want to look at your segment list again, and you want to ask yourself, okay, what segments are facing the most amount of pain that my solutions can help the most? What segments have the greatest amount of goals that they are the most passionate about? Now here's the key. They have to be active segments. What I mean by active segments is they are actively seeking to solve that problem. They are actively looking to alleviate that pain. They are actively looking to fulfill that goal. They are actively passionate about this element they want to achieve. They're willing to pay money for it. They're willing to try something new. They're willing to try something that no one else has. We all have those type of segments. So what segments fit that list for you? Put them down, all right? Now, the next thing we have is the question for you. Are you going to stay in the niche market, or now do you want to expand into the majority, all right? So notice what we've done so far. You've attracted those individuals who will do business because of you. Your warm market, your friends, your family, those that you're personally associated with, brand loyalists. You've got them solidified. They're doing business with you. You've got individuals who will do business with you because you're the newest person in town. You got something no one else has. It's brand new. You already got them solidified. Then you've solidified individuals who are looking for that competitive advantage. They have the most amount of pain. They have the most amount of problems. They are actively looking to achieve something. They are actively looking to accomplish their goals. They are passionate. These are what we call active segments, right? So now you've solidified them. Now you want to make a choice. Do you want to continue to offer specialized solutions and specialized products to solve this base that you have and to expand the market share that you have in these segments? Or do you want to be more generalized, try to attract additional segments? And I'm not just talking 1 or 2 segments. I'm talking about 20, 30, 40 additional segments. It's a generalized solution, a generalized company where you have numerous groups of people who want to do business with you. Again, think Walmart, think Amazon. Are you going to stay niche, or do you want to jump into the majority? And in this case, you want to show social proof where you have individuals using your products and solutions with success, and then that testimony will help bring others in. So here's an interesting thing. You notice I normally will bring Bible verses that are very dear to me into these trainings. And there's a verse that says, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of the testimony, you will overcome. It's the very same example. Many of us have been to a church group or a ministry where we heard someone share their testimony on how faith has helped them improve their lives. It's the same as that concept here, where you have now consumers sharing their story on how much your solution has helped them. Now they're advocating on your behalf. This is where you are able to cross into the mainstream, and this is where the influx of sales comes in. We call this the tipping point. All right? So what does this all mean for you? What does this all mean for you? Well, what you want to do is, and you have this chart right here, is start mapping out your segments. What segments will do business because it's you? What segments will do business because you're new? What segments will do business because of the competitive advantage that you offer? Solidify those segments first. That's your strategy. Next, what segments can you capture because of social proof of the original segments? What segments can you capture because of the word of mouth advertising that people will say? Remember, when we talked about segments, we ask why, who, and connect. How are your segments connected? Are they on the same sports teams? Are they parents talking at the PTA meetings? Are they business professionals at a networking event? Because if you can solve someone's problems and help them fulfill their goals, they're going to talk about it to other people in their circle. This is where the magic begins as you start to expand into the majority. But the key is, don't jump the gun. You can't expand into the majority until you have people talking about you, and you can't have people talking about you unless they see success with your solution first. All right, guys? So that is the strategy of a niche market versus a majority market. Where is your business currently? How are you building out your base? And how are you adding one segment of a time into your strategy? All right, guys. Hope this was helpful. Maybe you're driving a Tesla. Maybe you're driving a Chevy. Either way, hope you guys have a great one. See you later.